What's up, dudes? How's it going? How we doing? How we feeling? I don't know how long. Again, God, I hate that for the last like 3 streams. This is where I'm at, but I don't know how long I'll be able to stream. Hopefully the whole time, maybe a little longer even, because I know we haven't gotten as far in this game as I'd like. So we'll see how I feel. But yes, I'm wearing a sling. My left shoulder dislocated when I woke up this morning. And so it's in a lot of pain. So I'm also a little like out of it because I had to take a muscle relaxant. So I've had like a whole day. So we'll see how it goes. I'm really hoping that I'll at least get into it. So let's make sure I change scenes. Ta-da! Okay. Let me turn the volume up for me so I can hear it. Doesn't your shoulder know there are mysteries to be solved? I know, right? It wasn't even just my shoulder. I woke up with my left shoulder out and my left hip out. And because my shoulder was out, it was like my scapula was pushing against some of my ribs, which were making them scream in agony as well. And then a little bit later, my knee started hurting. Everything on my left side of my body today is in revolt. It hates me, but we'll survive. I just gotta take care of it, you know? Which I'm very bad at. So... Okay, so... it's Fitz, not Fritz, right? Fitz told us to come look up here again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to...
The whole room is a strange
Yeah,
okay.
there might be a reason.
So... God.
Freya's painting supplies.
We already looked at these. Okay, so I'm just gonna talk to Flora a whole bunch. Because...
We spoke to Hawkshaw.
I hope that'll do something.
I assume she didn't get anything out of you either.
You got that
I
family
bet that
tree
really
open.
ticked her off.
Do you and Fitz have anything to do with each other? Other than your initials? You know the guy in the other tower? Weird astronomy professor guy?
Can you see him from your window? Can he see you?
That, I think, might be an important thing.
What do you know about Penny?
I can't really imagine those two being friends, to be honest.
You never know.
Oh, he mentioned the microscope needed to be used here? I just don't know. I can't
You and
use
Poppy get
items.
along?
Nothing. Shocker.
So...
Grimore, what could you possibly be writing down?
Oh no, I gave up making notes ages ago. Now I'm just doodling in the margins.
Fantastic.
What do you think of your husband's hobby?
Do you have any hobbies?
Her hobby is standing at the window.
You haven't seen this yet, have you?
It's a little model of you. Who were the other people next to you?
I mean, yeah. Okay. I think we almost have all of the things.
This is a photo of Fifi, isn't it? Your daughter? Have you seen this book before? Do you know who it belongs to?
Okay. Fantastic.
I really thought she was going to say something there.
Okay. It's fine.
Do you know
At
anything
least
about
all
these
this
birds?
is-
Or birds in general?
It's at least easy to get through all her stuff because she doesn't talk. Fantastic.
Do you know anything about this beetle?
Okay. Okay.
Do you recognize any of these feathers?
Okay.
I like these drawings, Flora.
Is there a reason why you wanted us to see them?
Okay. Okay. That didn't get me what I wanted to get. I still want to know about this stupid eye in the ceiling.
The outline of... There's a single patch, no real...
That's weird.
What?
Her feet were right up by the canvas.
So?
So she was probably...
Let's check the case file again.
Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. I kinda want to show some stuff to Penelope. To Penny. Let's talk
Isn't he strapping?
He is big.
And so brooding.
Kinda sulky, yeah.
I can never tell what's going on in that beautiful head of his.
It just sounds like you don't know him very well.
I
Yeah.
don't remember asking for your input.
Well then.
She's a most unsavory little... She was incredibly rude about my appearance.
Which
then.
part? The giant bird arms, or...
If I were her, I'd go easy on the judgment of others. I mean, look at her. She looks like the ghost of a scarecrow.
Wow, rude.
I just wish Uncle Pointer would tell her to behave herself.
Okay, so
Professor Pointer? Why him?
Oh,
okay.
it was Uncle that called her in. She's his responsibility. Did you not know that?
No one told us anything. Please tell us about
Can't
your
say I've
uncle.
ever taken an interest in Uncle's astronomy. On occasion, I've dared to visit him in his tower, but I always regret it. It's all just a little too abstract for me.
What do you mean?
Oh, did you know the sun is apparently over 400,000 miles wide? Okay, so what should I do with that information? How does it help me?
Don't look at me. You're the one who memorized it.
Yeah. Very true. Okay.
Yes, it's my, my flower.
My
You
flower.
don't like it?
I'm no good at caring for plants. I forget to water them. Birds are much easier. They're a lot
Me
more
all
vocal
through
when they
grad
get
school.
thirsty.
Do you at least like the look of the flower?
The look?
The colors? The shape of it?
Between you and me, I think it's a little vulgar.
Vulgar. It's shaped like you.
That's rather strange now, isn't it?
We found it in your room.
Just lying around, was it?
No.
You'd hidden it, but we found it.
We're just going
We
through
do
your
that.
shit. We're
Who's
detectives.
the
What do you
her
want?
in the message? And what's the deal with the petals?
It's really none of your business.
I mean, really?
I can't decide what's worse. How she looks here, or how she looks now.
Do you know who this is?
We already
In the
know
photo?
who this is.
Oh, absolutely no idea.
We
Looks
still
a
don't-
little simple for Poppy, doesn't it? Thought she was a grade 12 or something.
I didn't know there were that many grades.
I'm sure they invented some new ones just for her.
Well then.
Not a fan of insects myself. Whose research is this?
We were hoping you might know.
No, can't say I... Rhea, perhaps. I know she was always very fond of grubby little things like this.
Ow.
Noted.
Noted.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Ooh, delightful. More of a gemstone than a fruit, isn't it?
Inedible, too, I think.
Yes. At one point, I thought Fitz might be growing them to sell them. But honestly, I think he just likes the way they look.
Good for him. You don't have to turn your hobby into profit. See, he just enjoys making weird things. Good for him.
Oh, did Fitz show you that?
Not exactly.
We found it hidden under his bed.
Ah, right.
Oh.
Lovely.
I question if college is really just made to look fancy and say, look, I have a degree, hire me. I mean, kind of. It's a little more complicated than that. It's more like, if you had the money to be able to go get a degree, then we want to hire you. Because it's like this kind of like way of being able to exclude poor people from jobs without explicitly saying that. It's like...
There used to be all kinds of birds here at Tangle Tower. The most fascinating
It is
breeds,
messed
all
up.
totally unique.
Used to be? There are birds all over the place.
Most of them are rather ordinary, I'm afraid.
What happened to the non-ordinary ones?
That is a very good question.
Well then. Oh.
It's that bird. But these must have been drawn at least a year ago. Oh, how sad.
Okay.
There's something about those petals we found in Penny's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Let's do it. Suspicion.
So, yeah, we found this.
Oh, that's nothing.
That's
You wrote,
nothing.
"Now I'll get her," on a piece of paper and hid it in your room. That's not nothing.
Actually, it's not the message I wanted to ask about.
It's the
It's
flower
those
petal.
red flower petals.
Petals? You heard
Petals.
me. Okay.
They're from red roses. And there's only one place in Tangle Tower with red roses.
We need a clue. Something that shows the roses. And
Yes.
who they belong to.
Yes. It is a key.
It's a drawing of Fitz and Poppy in the rooftop garden. See what Fitz is holding?
I can't imagine what you're getting at. But it doesn't matter. I couldn't have taken anything from the rooftop garden. It's only accessible from Fitz's room or Poppy's room. How could I have
Okay.
taken something from a garden to which I have no access?
Is it really only accessible from those 2 bedrooms?
What
For
did
most
you miss
people, it
yesterday?
would be.
Um,
But don't forget, Penny's the
not much.
resident ornithologist.
My dears, what are you accusing me of?
Let's find out. Okay. Why did Penny decide to access? Used to spy on.
Pointer's
No, that's
telescope
wrong.
was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz,
Damn.
but it didn't work. Nope.
I don't know what's going on. She can't access the but someone else can.
Pointer's telescope. That's not right.
Sent someone to spy on the rooftop garden.
Pointer's telescope.
Nope.
Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Okay. One of Penny's birds.
One of
There we
Penny's
go.
birds was used to spy on Poppy and Fitz and steal evidence from them. We know
yeah,
those
we
two
had
have been spending
Grimoire's,
time together in the rooftop garden.
Voice
I'm
actor in the
guessing
chat last night.
got
It was fun.
paranoid. Wanted to know what they were up to.
I'm just not the jealous type. I would never suspect Fitz of anything
course.
like that. Besides, Tabitha hardly ever leaves her cage. She's certainly never flown up to the rooftop garden.
Interesting that you have.
We need a clue to compare with Penny's birds. Something to prove one of them has been in the rooftop garden.
Yeah, the feathers.
Let's take a closer look at these.
Okay. So.
This yellow feather
See,
was
that one
left
was
behind
easier.
by Penny's yellow bird when it visited the rooftop garden.
You know.
I can't stand it! Knowing the two of them are hidden away up there in their private little garden. Couldn't risk
Okay.
spying on them myself, so I asked dear Tabitha to do it for me. I knew she'd be able to bring me back some evidence.
Sorry, Penny, but are you not overreacting a little?
You don't understand.
Okay.
Fitz is slipping away from me.
Maybe you
He's so
should
quiet with me these days. Being
communicate.
with Poppy seems to bring him out of his shell. I don't know what he sees in her miserable little...
Makes me question
I
how old
apologize.
Fitz is.
This really isn't your burden to bear.
Because if she's 27. Yeah, the yellow one is Tabitha, apparently. Good to know. Okay. Let's talk to... Fitz, I guess? Whoosh. Sup, dude? Yeah, you were the last one we met, so you've done all that.
This is yours, Fitz?
I just need to show him everything and then
Do
move it.
you use it?
I keep all my tools in the greenhouse.
Once
That
I
wasn't
show
what
everyone
she
everything, I think I should be able to ask them a suspicion. I shall ask them a suspicion.
Wait, those are mine, the earmuffs. They went missing about a week ago.
What do you need earmuffs for?
Maybe everyone
I
is the
use
killer.
them for gardening sometimes.
Why? You don't own a chainsaw, do you?
No. I wear them while I'm gardening, and it stops people from trying to talk to me.
That's genius.
That is a whole mood.
We found these up in the rooftop garden. Do you know how long they've been there?
No, it could have been a long time. We don't ever really clear up the rooftop garden.
Why not?
Nature is unruly. In truth, it prefers to be left alone. Did Freya draw these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
Okay. Nope. Still don't have anything for him. So let's go talk to... Who haven't I had a suspicion with yet? Pointer. I haven't had a suspicion with Pointer yet. I'm still missing one last clue. I know, and I don't know where it is. I don't know what it is. If someone wants to give me a hint on the location of the last clue, I'd be okay with that.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough.
Well then.
Then, of course, I met you.
Rude. And
What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer
I'm in the
family.
right room? Okay, cool. Thank you.
What happened to
Oh,
his
I
parents?
haven't
Do
looked
you
into
know?
this drawer.
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the fellow
Oh.
family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Well then. Okay. Did I ever look in this drawer?
Nah, it's tidier than my desk
Yes.
and the notebook.
So, even the most well-used notebooks not.
Okay. I'm in the right room. I've already done this.
Every astronomy tower needs a telescope.
I want to try.
Ah.
You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
Behind her is the backside of the easel holding Freya's unfinished painting. I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle.
Interesting.
I can just about see the gramophone.
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the window ledge.
Don't you think it would fall off? In the wind.
Maybe it's glued down.
Perhaps. Ah.
Is that a window?
I think it is.
Is there another room above Flora's room?
There we go.
We should check that next time we're over there.
Cool.
You can see right into Flora's
Not
room.
by
I can
accident.
see behind her. I can't really see anything.
Is there anything else I need to see from here?
I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall. The door itself is on the floor, knocked off its hinges.
I clicked on the plant already. Birdies? Okay, I think that's what I needed to see.
Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope? I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to work.
I can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
Wow.
There's something about Pointer's something.
Let's ask him about it.
Suspicious. Hey, bud. Why you
So,
spying?
Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Oh.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
That you're not really interested?
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
You're interested
What
in
could
bugs.
you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
Yeah. Bugs.
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large
I'm really
and
mad that
the
I can't do
unimaginably
both-
far away.
Both arms right now.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My
Weirdo.
little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
Okay. Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen, incredibly rare, valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around, both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora was on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good
So-
angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself.
Freya was
I
already
needed
on
to
the
know
floor
what
when
was
she got
going on.
stabbed.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my statement was true.
Apart from the reason you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
So, whatever that noise was,
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
so whatever that noise was,
Freya was definitely up to something.
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check. And we could have missed something.
not quite yet. The
We
crime
know a little
scene.
more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think?
Oops.
Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
No. Was used to hide. Used to paint over. Was used to paint the red tip of. To resemble a bloody knife.
Blood from the paint pot was replaced by
No.
paint from the... No.
Here. Ah, okay, that one. That one fits, nothing else. How about was used to paint the red tip of...
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted
I
ink
think
dip
the people
feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think it might be is...
I think you're right. Can't
I
decide
don't
if I'm
know.
disappointed or relieved.
My
I have a question.
two main suspects are Professor Pointer
Either
and
it's a
Penny.
very strange coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know.
Okay.
The door was locked the whole time.
Yes.
It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
So that
Except
really
Flora
loud
survived.
noise.
She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
So whatever that loud noise was knocked both Flora and Freya over. Freya was then on her back, and we already know that there's a room above Flora's room. So she got stabbed, and they said that the wound was at a perfect perpendicular angle. So it had to have been when she was on the ground when she got stabbed. She didn't get stabbed and then fall.
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle. That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Except
Somehow,
now we know that's not true.
Freya
Okay.
ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with the painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the
No.
painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over?
There we go.
Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Okay. Cool. Let's go here. Oh,
This wasn't here before.
that's new.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck, you two. Freya. There she is. Sorry. Okay.
What do you think? Is it really from her?
I mean, no.
How can it be?
It would be cool if it was that she didn't die at all.
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well,
It's a perfect match.
oh, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Cool. Love that. No.
Let's keep this to ourselves for
It wasn't
now.
for you two.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
Oh. I think I know what to. Oh. Unfinished business. I think I know what we can do with that. So.
I'm still not sure about
Should we take another look?
Okay. So we have different music. Right?
Let's come back later.
There are different times where we've.
It's
done.
quiet.
Mm-hmm.
You're
It's not. It's an appropriate amount.
I keep forgetting it's not like that. So, where have we heard tunes? Oh, well, first of all, let's go here. We'll figure the noise thing out in a little bit. Okay, attic. Okay then. Creepy.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it. What is that?
Twine?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
Reel thingy. A brass reel. Okay.
Just dusty junk.
Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry, is this spooky attic boring you?
Kinda.
Well then.
Sally, you don't have a dust allergy, do you?
No. Do you?
Let me put it this way.
Don't tell me answers to puzzles unless I ask you. So please just don't. If I ask for it, then do it. If I'm like, hey, I'm stuck, but don't just tell me the answer to a puzzle when I haven't actually had the chance to do it yet.
Tush!
Where's that light coming from?
Well, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards.
Yeah.
Is that what I think it is?
Okay.
Is that what I think it is?
Okay. So,
It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
well, why not?
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed.
Fantastic.
Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry.
Kinda.
Okay, I think that's what I needed to find up here, probably.
Just dusty junk.
I think that's all I need up here. So I'm gonna come down here and maybe listen to the music on the gramophone. Okay, but I can't use the, okay. I can't use the crab thing like that. However, I can go into the music room and listen to her. I have not solved the crimes yet. Was the painting all along? Wait.
It's one of those big pianos with
Don't
you.
touch
Why
it.
not?
Might be haunted.
So could I do? I'm confused. I'm smart. I'm here. We'll do it. We'll figure it out. For some reason I figured I'd be able to, but I can't use the crab thing while I'm listening to this music. So it's not that. It's other things I needed to listen to, like there were door, right? Aha, okay. Okay. That's what the doorbell looks like. I don't know what that means, but let's take a picture. Okay. Cool. There was also birdies. That's what the bird song looks like. Okay. Oh, it's taking it for me. I don't need to. Bird song. These didn't make any
What?
noise.
Wind chimes.
Silent.
Wooden. What else have we heard? Lips. That has to be what. So if I try listening to the other thing where she was humming on the other cassette tape, I'm just running around. Sup, Flora? There we go. So, humming. Okay. How about this one? Can I still do that again? Flora's like, wow, they are really into this gramophone. Pretty much. Okay.
It's piano music.
But... Okay, that has nothing to do with this then. But... I mean, yeah, it's beautiful music. I'm just trying to figure out where... I guess that's not where I use it. I haven't shown her... Have I shown her? I've already done that. Sheet music.
It's mine.
Ah!
Can you play the tune for us?
There we go.
Sure.
There we
It's
go.
literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
And I couldn't use that?
That's all 4 melodies, I
Okay.
think.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
We sure should. Okay.
Let's try this again.
Okay.
You know, I think we might be able to solve this now.
Perhaps. Wait, okay. I'm just a little confused about what I'm doing here. I'm just matching these to this. That's what I'm doing.
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
Cool. We did something. Awesome.
Are we gonna go in?
Of course we're gonna go in.
Yeah, but there's a couple of things I want to do first.
Oh, suspicion for all the suspects. Okay. So who have I not done yet? Ah, Hawkshaw and Fitz. So let's go talk to Hawkshaw. I have no idea. Okay.
The people here are surprisingly materialistic.
I'm just gonna show her everything and talk to her
considering how
about everyone.
sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit
I know, I
simply
haven't
because it
questioned the
produces
dead
a
person at all. It's
gemstone-like
terrible.
material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth?
We know Freya did it.
This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
No.
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around.
I mean, yeah, fair enough.
One of 3 statues depicting the same creature. This one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not headphones. They're earmuffs. For blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music. Hmm. Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
I don't know,
Not
maybe.
yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
What's up, Cat?
Does Flora still own that bird? Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see. What is that?
I'm not sure.
But
Looks
we're
like it
we're
attaches to
looking
something
into
else.
it.
Why don't you go back and double check the area you found it? Maybe you'll find the rest of the something else.
I'm not so sure about that.
I mean, I think so, but I couldn't figure it out, so. Have I talked to you about everyone?
I'll say this, he's well suited to physical labor.
That's a nice way to put it.
Fitz spends most of his time alone in the greenhouse.
Okay.
But I heard he's been breeding experimental flowers.
Cool.
In secret.
Whoa, scandal.
I just wonder if he's getting restless.
Cat's just like, sup, guys. I'm here. Okay then. And then Fitz is the other person we haven't. Sup, dude? Hey.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me 3.
It's unhelpful.
Oh, sorry. I thought you said me too.
Okay, let's go back to the place. I tried looking at the nails because I feel like they're part of it. But real thingy, it looks down here.
Where's that light coming
No, it's
from?
just there's a decent gap between.
I saw this.
Sally, you don't have a dust outlet.
No.
Let me put it. Sally, you don't have
No.
a. Let me
Just making sure. Maybe I should just talk to people again. I will take a hint about how to get the suspicion for one of the people I'm missing suspicions for. That is what I will take. I'm missing the suspicions and I've shown both of them everything. And I've... Talk to people about the handheld microscope. Okay. Will do.
Why don't you ask Fiona about that one? Looks like her area of expertise.
Okay. I'm just like going... That seems more likely. Sup?
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a
See?
telescopic lens.
That's
It could
what
only
I
be
was
used for looking
saying.
at things that are far away.
That's what I was saying. So now we have
There's
suspicion.
something about Hawkshaw's handheld microscope.
Yeah.
Something suspicious.
Why are you smacking your water with your paw?
Let's ask her about it.
Let's go. And then I guess the trowel is what I need to ask people about next. Sup?
This little microscope thing, you said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense, if you knew what my client had asked me to find. Of course, I still have no intention of disclosing that information.
Well, I already know what that
You're
information
such
is.
a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry. We already worked out what you're searching for.
You are searching for the golden beetle.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for
I'll
in the
take that
greenhouse?
as a compliment.
This beetle?
Surely even you
Okay.
can understand the logic of it. The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you
It's
reckon,
not a
Grimoire?
microscope.
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
It's not a microscope at all.
It's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is some kind of expert on microscopes.
I mean, the handheld microscope is part of a telescopic lens. So Hawkshaw lied about it?
The handheld
No, that's wrong.
microscope. Almost.
Ah, just change
Maybe
one
just-
thing.
The handheld
There we go.
microscope, according
here.
to Fifi,
Which makes it
uses
the
a
murder weapon.
telescopic lens.
She was
so Hawkshaw
killed by
lied
telescopic
about
lens.
it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Hawkshaw, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
Ballerina, astronaut,
Naturally.
singer.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an astronomer.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure.
Oh, and the
But
president.
a
And
seductive
also
At 15,
an
I
architect.
decided
I
instead
wanted
to
to be a
apply
lot
my
of things
intelligence
all at the same
to the world
time.
around me.
Think Barbie.
And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but
You wanted to be a
we're
cat?
way
Oh,
off track.
also, yeah.
What's the deal with
I
the little
also wanted
telescope?
to be a cat.
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my
Aw.
telescope. An extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
Okay then.
So, who is your suspect?
I mean, Freya, I
Things
assume.
have become complicated. My lead suspect is your murder victim.
Well, okay. So now I need to go talk to... I already... Okay, let's go try talking to Poppy, and I'll show her the flower and the... Perhaps?
Is that a gardening trowel?
Yeah,
Oops.
I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh. Never seen him use it.
Okay, and then let's...
Never seen that one before. Was it in the greenhouse?
No, we found it in Penny's room.
Right.
Okay, let's go talk to Penny. I've already showed everything I can. So it has to be someone else I need to show those things to. I think I've already showed both of these to her, though. I meant to click on her first to make sure. The only thing I haven't shown her is the red thing.
Is that
I don't know.
for sewing?
Oops, I keep doing this.
Maybe?
I keep clicking.
We have no idea.
Okay, so it's not her. I'm gonna go talk to Fifi, to be honest, because she knows things. She knows things. I don't know. About the flower, I wonder. Oh, I already showed her the flower.
That blade.
It's a troll for gardening.
It is?
I should ask about the music note again.
An item from Poppy's childhood. Her earliest piano lessons hold some special significance for her.
Why's that?
No idea. She has never graced me with the details, and I am not forthcoming enough to ask.
You two are friends, right?
We are, yes.
But
It is clear to me now that Poppy has become tired of my company.
is it anything to do with Freya?
Oh, no. The changes in Poppy's mood have nothing to do with Freya. Her concerns simply lie elsewhere.
Ah. Interesting. I know this seems like I'm doing things in a random order, but I'm trying. I already showed him that.
Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me.
Asked everyone on this side about it. It's just, I feel like Felix is the only one I haven't talked to about some of this stuff. They all need hugs. Maybe.
That looks like it might belong to Fitz.
Okay.
I've never seen that before. Looks valuable.
You just gonna steal it? I guess there's a lot of stuff I haven't talked to him about. Maybe I'll talk to everyone about Fitz now. Nope.
Fitz? I don't trust him. He's slippery. Never commits to anything.
Okay.
Grain like an onion.
Whoa, rude.
Onion.
Did you two have an argument?
No, but my daughter doesn't like him at all. And I trust Fiona's judgment entirely.
Interesting.
She's a very vigilant young woman.
I haven't talked to her about...
Name, Fitzfellow. Age, 24.
He's 24.
Profession,
Oh,
cryptobotanist. Likes soil, dislikes electric lights.
Hang on. Cryptobotanist?
Nice.
I thought he was just a gardener.
That may well be his preferred label. Mine, however, is more accurate.
Do you and Fitz not see eye to eye, Fifi?
We do
I
not.
mean, how can they? She's so
Also,
short.
well
He's
over
so
6
tall.
foot and you've got to be just barely 5.
So what's your problem with him?
I keep...
Exactly 1 week ago, I witnessed him sneaking up Pointer Tower. He was making every effort to avoid detection.
So?
He was also carrying a knife.
He didn't have a knife. He had the trowel then.
There's
There we
something
go.
about the report of Fitz going up Pointer Tower.
Okay.
Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Let's go. We're just running around. It's fine. Sup, dude? Glowing eyes.
So, Fitz, I have a report
exactly
that you
our
were
brand of
seen
humor.
sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was
I
it
mean,
Fifi
yeah.
who told you this?
Yes.
How did you know that?
A
Because
guess. She doesn't like
Where are
me
you
very
going?
much. But yeah,
shouldn't be
she
in the
was
kitchen. Come
mistaken.
here.
Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Sorry. Fifi did see
Fifi
Fitz.
did see Fitz, but he was holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
It was the trowel?
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
Okay. So... Ah. So...
An ornate
Yeah!
pot
First
used
try.
by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
That flower.
Yes.
I've never seen it before.
What?
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to Fitz.
Perhaps?
Let's take a closer look at these.
Okay. It's the soil. Yeah, in Penny's room, matches the pot and soil I bought for lunch. found in
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in the
Wrong.
garden. Almost. Maybe just change one thing.
Oh,
The
greenhouse,
pot
not
and
gardens.
soil in Penny's
know the
room
difference.
matches the pot
Totally.
and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
It looks like
The
her.
flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I
Aw,
go into her room every now and again
that's
when
cute.
she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil. Just trying to keep it alive.
Wow, what
Are we done?
a sad,
For now, it's about time we found out what's beneath the garden.
sad metaphor for their relationship. She just... See, now Penny is literally my, number one suspect right now.
Where do you think
And I
it
don't know
goes?
why, but she just is.
Down.
Let's go. Neat. Okay. Okay. Underneath. Cool. Well then. Lots of
Bugs.
bugs.
Big ones.
Looks like they're made of metal. What's in there?
Bugs.
9 beetles. All different, all dead.
Should hope so.
Poor little guys.
There's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean. It's a little diagram of a beetle, with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
Spooky laboratory, your kind of place.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass.
Yeah, those are all intense. Okay. I'll come back to the hatch in the floor.
This place would never pass a fire safety
Of
inspection.
course not.
It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold.
Cool.
A cracked glass tank with 9 little rooms. Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms.
Okay.
Is it locked?
Seems likely, doesn't it?
Let's look. Oh!
Weird looking safe.
I'm pretty sure the
Ah.
latches can slide into the middle.
This is not a me puzzle. This is a puzzle Ariana solves for me when I play games. So, we'll figure out how this works. Not quite. Interesting. No. Okay. So which way do I want to try this first? I think... Like, that has to go there. Do I have to use all of these, is the question? bummer that that doesn't quite match up. That just doesn't match at all. So it can't be that. Okay, so that... Oh my goodness. Why am I so bad at this sometimes? I kind of think it's this. Maybe? Mayhaps. Not quite. That doesn't quite line up. That lines up. Then that would just, yeah. None of this is right. I'm so doing this completely wrong. I'm not good at this kind of puzzle. I think that one's definitely right. Then it can't be at the same time. But it's gotta be, because it's the only one that actually lines up with it. And it can't go any further. That still goes under, and it just doesn't work. You know what I mean? So how is it supposed to work? How? This just doesn't work. Nope, wait. Wait.
No, that was it.
Okay, cool.
Nice work.
I did the thing. I'm very proud.
Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
Is this Freya's? Oh, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, the golden beetle goes here. Our unique flora and fauna is the byproduct of a number of as of yet unidentified chemicals. These chemicals are continually present in the water, forming clouds and filling the lake. This causes a variety of mutations in plants and animals. Smaller creatures such as arachnids, insects, mollusks, amphibians, and crustaceans are the most affected. However, the chemicals may travel up the food chain and cause mutations in birds and reptiles. As far as we know, mammals remain completely unaffected.
Whose research is this?
Well, we'll get there when we get there.
It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at.
This is some seriously in-depth research.
Sure
That's
is.
impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section
We
missing.
already have that section. Bam. Bam. Okay.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But if Pointer's the only one who comes down here, why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who is he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
Has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground.
Pointer has been trying to breed the golden beetle
I'm
in the
getting there.
underground laboratory.
Why? Because it's rare?
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy. He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
Might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle.
No.
We're done.
Ready to go down? Again?
Let's go. And down we go. Creepy. Oh, love that.
We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
Yeah, but look, it has the red string
Why?
on it.
By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
Yeah, that has the red on it. That's definitely the murder weapon.
So what's the photo?
Photograph shows a young girl, so that's Flora. So that's her dad. Man sitting next to her, around them are several red and white birds. A metal object was stabbed into the photo. Yeah. Oh.
Do you know who it is in the photo?
It's Lord Remington. It's gotta be. And that's who the
This
figurine
man
is of.
in the photo. He reminds me of something from one of our clues.
Yeah.
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, it makes sense when you know who he is.
Lord Remington.
Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father.
Yeah.
Meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her.
It's
See
so
the
cute.
bird, too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
No. Okay. So.
A
Small
single
Flora.
book on a
Very
little
cute.
makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
Oh! Mistids of the Sea and Sky, a children's picture book. It looks very old. So the ink dip, an elegant bird with red and white plumage, the silver snake, an aquatic reptile with no eyes and a long tongue, the soul bearer, a crab with 3 differently sized claws. The amphobe, a frog-like creature walking on 2 legs. We got a lot of those everywhere.
There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
Unroll it. Okay. Misted Mansion is what it used to be called. Fucking love that. Ah, there's a study.
Study.
We haven't been there yet.
Wait.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
How did we miss it?
Okay.
The library. The Grand Hall.
What's that thing in the middle?
I think it's that big glass tube.
Secret rooms.
Music room. It's the aviary. The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense in this context.
Yeah, before the towers. That was just a storage room. Freya's.
It's Freya's room.
Cool.
It's the room above us. The one we were just in.
The laboratory?
Yeah.
That's the room we're in now. It must be.
Neat.
It's not labeled as anything on these plans, though.
I think it already existed when this was made.
Okay then.
And that's the lake, right? I think that horizontal line might be the water level.
It used to be a lot lower down than it is now.
Apparently. Okay then.
Misted Mansion. North side cross-section. Is it not Tangle Tower?
Tangle Tower.
Before the
the
towers.
towers?
Interesting.
This seems pretty significant.
It sure
Right.
does. Okay. Cool.
It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks. And a green hat draped on top for good measure.
Basements don't normally have windows?
Not generally.
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything.
So it was the player after all.
That's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we?
Let's find out. The lake. We are like...
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with 1 candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
We still don't really know why people came to live here in the first place.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty though.
Now.
More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late. Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
Let's do it. Okay, now it's nighttime.
Wow, it's dark all of a sudden.
Cool.
How long were we down there?
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on, it's pitch black, but I think there's a switch.
Pull it. Pull the lever. Neat.
A ladder.
Want to go up?
Yes. Let us go. The hidden heart. It would be cool if, like, we found Freya alive in here, but I don't think that's true. I do think that's what's happened. Oh no.
Is that a crab?
Yeah, it's the soul bearer.
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its
Achievement
insides.
unlocked. A secret.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar? This crab really reminds me of
That little wooden toy.
Yeah, but I don't think that's going to help. I think I've seen it more recently.
Yeah, we need to see the... children's book. Okay. Let me just take a picture of this real quick so I don't really have much in the way of being able to write things down. I have never heard the song that they didn't end up using for our
Is that
Eartha
a
Kitt
crab?
in
It's got a
Big
tree.
Tree
Also,
Lover
crab.
as Yzma. Okay. So this one. Why is it like this? It's like this. This one is like that. And then this one is like that.
I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need to guess.
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file.
Nothing.
I'm sure I've seen this thing somewhere.
I know. I'm trying. Ah, that's what. There we go.
Nope.
Wasn't this crab in that
The
book?
children.
I'm trying! So this one's should be like that, yeah. Nope, wrong. Definitely that one, and like that. Open and open. She sure was. Then this one.
Perfect.
There we go. Fiddly. Ah, a crossbow. Of course.
What's this?
Something somebody didn't want us to find.
With the, yeah. Okay then.
What is it?
The murder weapon. Could I see?
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We found them already.
We found them already.
So this was. This.
I think that might attach to the crossbow,
But not here.
this part of the crossbow.
Sight. Okay.
What do you make of it?
Not sure. Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean
So-
we've solved the mystery.
It's definitely the murder weapon. Cool. Creepy.
Dragon?
Snake?
No, it's
Worm?
That's the one. An axe and some kind of hunting rifle, mounted on the wall.
and then the
Honestly,
crossbow is
doesn't
there.
look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third one?
The one that isn't there.
Yeah.
It's a wooden pinboard, hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Cool. Yeah. Yeah. Why can't I?
It's a wooden pinboard, hung up.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Can I not put the things back? Because this obviously goes there. Okay. Yeah, the lens is supposedly Hawkshaw's. So was she hired to? What's
An
up there?
incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes, but yeah, there's something.
The feather. The feather!
Crumpled up paper.
Is there anything written on any of it?
Not really. It's mostly blank. Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle, lamp left on. I'm gonna say someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Several pages have been ripped out. Fifth ambassador located finally. Can't say I harbored any optimism, but still somehow disappointed. No better than the rest of them. Took my misted friend into the music room for experiments. It works perhaps too well. The laboratory was another disappointment. All that effort for what? He's even more short-sighted than I could have guessed. Went to the bottom, nice view. It's been mostly cleaned out, but I have what I need. She got in, she was careful, nothing was moved. But I know, it's time. Okay.
Someone's been using this room. I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion.
Oops, I keep
But
doing
nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
that. Other than
Whoever
Freya.
it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it.
But we
I'm
have those
betting
things.
it'd make more sense if we could see it all together.
That might not be impossible, you know.
Yeah. So, painting goes here. And Hawkshaw's drawings. Yeah. So Hawkshaw is, not real?
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting, but it may have been why somebody took a photo of it to use as reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them.
They don't
It was
look
somebody
the
else.
same.
Someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we
It was me?
go
Was
ask
it me?
Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
So in my heart of hearts, I would love for Freya to actually be Detective Hawkshaw. But I know that's not possible, and Freya is in fact dead. But you know, a girl can dream.
You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern. In here, though, it barely makes the top three. Who are all the people in this photo?
Not sure, but it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
The ambassadors of Misted Mansion. So that must be Primrose. A photograph in study, a sturdy wooden frame. It's dusty and looks several years old, brass black. Photo shows 2 women and 3 men wearing a variety of different styles of clothing. So that looks like Felix. Is that Fitz's dad? And then that's Primrose, because it looks just like Poppy did. And then I would assume... But that definitely is Felix. Am I wrong?
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
I mean, yes, definitely.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some
And
kind
that
of
looks
black
like Penny's
ink.
mom.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people here at Tangle Tower?
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different. And at
It's
first I thought the guy
Felix's
on the
dad.
top right was Felix.
But it's his
But now that
dad.
I look at it, I don't think it is him.
So that's Lord Fellow? Perhaps? Felix's brother? I don't know.
Time to solve this.
Time to solve this. Okay.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's wound. It's the murder weapon. I'm
Definitely.
sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Yeah.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
Above.
It was fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her
That
back.
was the first
Nope.
set of footsteps
Doesn't
we
add up.
heard that
It would
Felix
have
heard.
missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
Unless
Freya was already lying on her back.
Freya
We
was
already knew
already
that.
lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
I think so too. She'd fallen unconscious.
From that noise.
Something in the room caused Freya to fall unconscious.
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
It was the music being played?
There was something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
Something small. I don't know. I don't know. What was hiding in the gramophone? Nothing like this.
That's not it.
Okay, I can just... Yeah. Ah! The golden beetle. Yes, of course. Duh. I'm here.
Research says it can emit an incredibly loud hiss when it feels threatened. Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
No.
But
I don't
inside
think so. Not by itself.
the gramophone.
But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. Now, I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't. But I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music room? The hornet's playing.
Yeah.
It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone. That broken glass isn't there on accident. This is
Someone
someone's
tested out.
science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too. I guess they were both in range of the noise, although Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too. those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
That's some seriously powerful vibration. Enough to crack metal. Enough to knock someone out all the way across a room.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range, how did the murderer pull it off?
Earmuffs.
Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
It's the earmuffs.
They protected themselves.
How?
The earmuffs.
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over
Fitz said they
everything
were
from the
his,
start. 1.
but-
Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it know?
The beetle?
Yeah, what triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure.
What
Maybe
music they were-
something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down.
So, is
Fitz
it
and Poppy
Hawkshaw?
enter the room.
And who is Hawkshaw really then?
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check something. Let's go back to the crime scene.
Let's go. Okay.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
Okay. Okay. I want to know about this. But
I can see the stars. The plant. It's in the book.
oh, it's in the book.
What?
Look.
Oh, it's that one. Okay.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
So okay. Okay. What else am I missing? Okay. That's just the same stuff again.
It's dark.
Oh, I already know her painting supplies. But what else?
The plant. It's in the
What?
book. Look.
Plant. Usually only eats the seeds of the Tantum amica.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
There were 2 of them, but I don't know how to make them.
I can see the stars.
What am I? What do I need to be doing? Yeah, how do we tell you what the answer is? That is the real question here. How do I do this?
I can see the stars.
We've looked at... If someone wants to give me a hint of what I need to click right now, I would appreciate that, because I don't think I can go anywhere. Technically, I can go places, but only... Do I need to be going somewhere else? Or is what I need here? Because I'm feeling a little stuck. Can I pick on the... Yeah. It just
Freya,
shows... Oh.
Did you leave us a clue?
Thank you. Oh. Yes, okay, thank you. The missing clue. Oops.
So what's bothering you?
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find. We know she was holding it during the painting.
Flora's ink dip feather?
We
It
did
was
find
here.
it.
In this room. Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else.
Found it somewhere else. We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene.
But why?
And ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But
But
why?
How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access? The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here.
It's... in the
It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still, it's an image of the crime scene recorded just before the murder. If only she'd finished it, and then I could be totally sure.
It's true she never finished it, but she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
Yeah. How did Freya show us her intentions for the painting?
That's not it.
Okay. Oh, the palette.
Freya prepared all the colors she was going
So
to
she
need
put a bunch of
before
green.
she started painting.
Black paint was going to be used to paint.
The black paint
No.
was going to be used to paint this sketch. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. The yellow paint
There we go.
was going to be used to paint this sketch of
I was
something
like, I
sitting
don't
in the
know.
window.
Cool.
Something in the window. Oh.
Maybe?
That's not it.
I don't know.
That's not it.
I'm just trying to... I mean, it was just another...
That's not it.
I don't... Oh, is it...
That's not it.
No? Okay.
That's not it.
I'm just trying now. I mean...
That's not it.
Well, at this point, I'm just going to try everything. When in doubt, click random things till it works. I mean... Tabitha. Yes.
There she is, our little thief.
How long has it been?
Oh my god, so I was right, it was Penny?
Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did. But she's a very good listener.
Because Penny and Hawkshire are the same person.
Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose.
I
Don't you?
fucking knew it.
Penny, why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind. But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention? Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
Justice for Freya.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy. The volition to create something from nothing. The willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, what is it, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower. And you feel
Look at my
like
fucking
you've got
face right now.
sussed, unearthed every single one of our secrets.
I mean, no, probably
Nothing
not.
but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer? Suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to
So
those
it is her
that
mom
came
in that
after.
picture with the red hair.
Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy. Not one.
I mean,
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave. Penny, you said you traveled, didn't you?
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better
because
myself.
a lot of them are dead, right?
My mother, for one. My father, too. The other 2 Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
Apparently they
More
were
than
misted
that.
hunters.
I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose, too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found
Is.
what?
The study.
The study, the one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night, deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end.
Right, because that's where the incinerator is.
Would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore.
Ow, ow, ow.
I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a mistid is?
Yes.
Misted.
We've learned about them.
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
I mean, it was literally
Sorry,
Misted Mansion.
what are we talking about?
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret.
They're real. They're just
Or
weird.
at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones. The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts, the creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission.
And then
A
they didn't.
unified
Did you kill them?
purpose. But they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mistids. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
So did
Eventually,
you kill
I
them?
returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
A beetle.
So, where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorize that he received it in the post.
In the post? From who?
Who can say? someone outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person, all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it.
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was
This is
gone,
all
Pointer
so
made a little
much.
effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory. Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion was built over the lake, before the lake was even a lake, Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3 generations, and as you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
The ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay?
Why did you kill Freya? The will of Freya Fellow.
Simply put,
Why would a
Freya
19-year-old
was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted?
Yes. Yes. We know this.
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered
You came back too
it
late.
was
Yeah,
a figure of some kind.
we figured
something
it
from
out.
Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her
The
vitality.
thing is like,
I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate.
I should have known when I went, hey,
But you
Hawkshaw's
couldn't
voice
just
actress is the
walk
same as
away.
Penny's, isn't it?
For quite some time, she'd been
Literally
trying
yesterday.
to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her
That
friends
shoulda.
were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them.
She
But
has.
Pointer
Why is
was
everything in
doing
present
upset her
tense?
significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona. The real reason Freya was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all 3 families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance. was her plan anyway. But something happened before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
I mean, probably.
So
It
she
took
worked
me
out what had
6
happened to the
hours.
5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic?
Yeah.
And why bother with the beetle at all?
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural. I believe it made things marginally less painful for them, initially. Worked on you, too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
Well. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Cool. Whoops.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You
Well
two
then.
all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
We got beetled.
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
Yeah.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fitz saved both of you, obviously.
Obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz
Okay,
did
then.
not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary, all by himself.
Oh.
Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she
yeeted
did.
herself
We
out
had
of the
suspected
tower.
she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
Okay. The end. Well then. Well then. The end. Perfectly on time as well. Okay then. We're just gonna sit here and watch the credits because we should. But yeah, that was really fun. I really enjoyed this game. I think I'm going to I've already told several people to play the game, so the fact that it's on sale right now on Steam definitely helps. Now I have to play the previous one? Okay. Okay. I'll look. Okay. Goodbye, little beetle. It's not that hard to convince me to play something. Oh. Well then, art gallery. Okay. I need to sleep and everything, so I won't be doing this. But thank you guys so much for coming out and watching. This was a really fun game. So yeah, if you guys want to come back tomorrow morning, I'm going to be streaming some of The Sims. I'm going to be doing a build challenge. So I'll be doing that at 10 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow morning. But otherwise, yeah, this was really fun. And I'll look into getting the other game. So, peace out, y'all.